streaming. Yeah. All right, here we go. So what's going on, everybody? We got 38 people already. Dang. All right, YouTube should be live now. Yeah. 5 seconds into it. All right, here we go. We're live. Sorry if this is annoying. Let me know on either one of these if audio's off. Instagram's pretty straightforward, but YouTube, I've got way too much going on here. I've doing it on my Sony camera and through OBS because YouTube lives are a little bit more difficult. You don't get the same quality and whatever. I don't like using my webcam for my computer. So this is much better audio and, you know, much better video, of course, but we're going to see how this works. Sean Suarez says, take my money. Jerry Duncan, what's up? Studio Keith, Miss Beige, DD Cyclone, let's go. All right, guys, we're going to do a live update. So I've mentioned before that I wanted to do more of these, and I used to do them quite frequently, but we're going to get on here and do this live. So I want to talk about what's going on with our business, and I'm really struggling to know which one of these to look at. Maybe going live on both of these was a mistake. We'll see. This is a test. Maybe I should line... Oh, that's what I should do. Line the camera up so that they're... Oh, can't do that. There we go. 5'5" goods. There's no going to bed, man. Come on, there's stuff to do. We gotta chat. Look at my leather page, please. I can't do that while I'm going live. You got me hooked and broke my heart. How so? What's up, Josiah? Stock and barrel for the win. All right, guys, live update. Let's get into this. Okay, first thing, I want to jump right into talking about dyes because every now and then a certain question just keeps coming up over and over and over again, and that's one of them. So I want to dive into it. These are our clicker dyes. These are a wood core, but with the steel rule around it. This one is a bag piece. It's a 1-inch die, and this one's 3/4 of an inch tall. So, if you're new to Leathercraft, these are basically just big cookie cutters, essentially, and it lets you cut out pieces of your leatherwork very consistently and over again, because hand cutting is one of the most time-consuming aspects of the craft for sure. So they're really helpful, and you can use something like this. This is a Mighty Wonder clicker press, just a hand-operated one, and basically you throw that into the clicker press, you know, put some pressure under the press, and it cuts a nice, beautiful piece of leather. So we order ours from a place called National Dye NYC. And in case you're wondering, we already put the link down in the description. Oh man, my thoughts are all over the place because there's way too much going on with like the comments coming in. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. I put a link down in the description of the YouTube live video. So whether you're watching it live, you can go do it now, or if you're watching this later, this is going to be posted on our channel, so you can go watch it later. If you're on Instagram, just send me a DM or something. I'll send you the link. It's called National Dye NYC or National Dye Inc. I've seen it go by a few different names, but it's kind of an elusive business as far as I'm concerned. I found them through Waterbury, our factory over in Connecticut. And that's where they get all their dyes. And I talked to Russ, and I was like, man, what's with the wood core? Is that cheaper? And he said, yeah, it's way more cheaper than just getting a straight-up steel rule dye. Like something like this. This is just a regular steel rule dye, but there's a company called Texas Custom Dyes. Really cool, like family operation. They do a great job, but it is a little bit more expensive. And so I was asking Russ, like, what's up with the wood core? And he said it's a little cheaper to do it this way. I guess just technically it's probably not as strong. But after talking to him about it, he's like, man, I've got dyes here in the factory. You know, we've run thousands and thousands of production runs, and we've been using the same dyes, some of the same dyes for like 30 years. So that was good enough for me. I'm like, man, just, you know, clicking out little pieces over here, we're going to be just fine. So we get them with the wood core. And just for your reference, when you're ordering, you can get them in different, you know, heights, I guess. And this one is a 3/4 inch die. This is really good for like lighter weight leather, like 3 to 4 ounces wallet type of stuff. And if you're going to be clicking out heavier duty stuff, like, you know, anything from like 7 to 9 to 10 or higher, you probably want a 1-inch die like this. So as far as the clicker press is concerned, though, you can see there's a little wood piece underneath the cutting board, and that's because this 3/4 inch just isn't tall enough to get the right leverage from the press. So I put that wood piece in there, brought it up a little bit more, and then it worked out fine. With the hydraulic clicker press, you can set the height of it, so it's not a big deal. With the 1-inch one under there, the height's just right without the wood. So these are a good way to go. I had something specific I was going to mention about it. Oh, I guess one of the other downfalls of having the wood core is that once you punch, you know, through the leather stays inside, and that's why you have to have these pieces of foam to push the leather back out. So I'm not as much of a fan of that. I would rather just be able to like push all the way through the die and just pop it right out. But this still works great. I mean, I haven't had any issues with it. I'm not really complaining. I'm not sure why it's a downfall in my eyes, but yeah, so they're a good option. I don't have any commissions or sponsorships or anything affiliated with National Dye. I have no allegiance to them, you could say. So I'm not trying to put a hard sell on them. I've just had so many people ask from our YouTube videos where we get them, and that's where. They don't have like an online ordering system. I usually just send Frank an email. It's Frank at National Dye, I think. Let me check. Let me double check on that before I start saying things publicly. Okay, yeah, see, I was wrong. I email Frank, and his email is nationaldye@gmail.com. But I would just go on their website and hit the contact form or something. But I just send him an email with the artwork, and he sends it back. And I've had a really great relationship with them so far. So prices, good question, Ugly Hide. I don't know the actual like difference in how they rate them, but I can give you an example of like what something costs. So here, I have the invoice for this piece, this exact piece right here, just to give you an idea. Do I have the invoice? I have this is the email. Oh, okay. Maybe not. This is the email where I ordered it from him. Oh, okay, the Trapper Sheath die. So for one die that looks like this, yay! This piece right here cost $78, and it was about $16 to ship to us here in Utah. So that's just a, you know, general reference, I guess. If you were gonna do like a whole wallet set with, you know, 4 or 5 pieces, it probably costs like $300 to $350. So it's just something to keep in mind. That price though is just like so minuscule compared to, you know, the amount of time that you save from hand cutting. I think Texas Custom Dyes is like the place where most people are getting their dyes these days. Who else? Oh man, what's the name? There's someone out there. Oh, somebody please comment. There's someone out there who's really engaged in the Leathercraft community, and they put out awesome stuff. I've been recommended getting dyes from them many, many times, and the name's right on the tip of my tongue. I think it starts with an M. Come on, someone, pull through. I think so. Yeah, there it is. Oh man, Veritas Leather. I knew I could count on you guys. Milwaukee. These guys are really awesome too. I don't have any personal experience with them, but Ian, who works here, has mentioned them, and he's like, yeah, I've heard they have really great stuff, and they're really cool people. So go support them if you want to pick one up. I don't know what it is about me, though. I've got a weird thing. Like, I don't love the idea of having, like, the big acrylic piece with the blades underneath. I don't know why. I like this a lot more, but that might just be, like, a weird mental thing going on in my head. In the end, it doesn't matter. I really like to support people who are engaged in the community and, like, understand this world that we're in, though. So go support Milwaukee. It's kind of the same thing with, like, Leather Stamp Maker. That's where we get our custom logo stamps. I like those guys because they understand this world that we're in. You know, they follow most of us and, you know, engage in comment and all that kind of stuff. So that's exciting. I like that. I like supporting those kind of people. So I think that's it about the dies. Let me check on the comments real quick and just make sure I'm not missing any important questions. 60 watching, 6 likes. What's going on? Yeah, thanks, Josie Wales. Come on. Let's get some more likes up in here. This is on YouTube. Studio Keith, you're the best. Thank you. Cheers from Logan. Right on, Jim. We're practically neighbors. Mike Curtis says smash the like button. Josie, hello from Las Vegas. Love watching all your videos. Good job. I want a Buck Brown Chestnut minimalist wallet. I already own a vertical. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, we're working hard to get everything back in stock. So be patient with us. I appreciate it. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Benjamin. Tim with the super chat. Come on, man. Let's get this party started. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. I was actually on a live stream just last night with Tim. So he's a local Ogdenite here and runs a Ogden community-based Instagram page and has just been doing beautiful things, especially for small businesses like us. Mike Swain just got here. What's up? What's up, Mike? What about branding irons and the plates? Suggestions? Branding irons. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like these. Hold on now. These custom stamps right here I get from Leather Stamp Maker. They make the jig that fits in the Tandy one, which doesn't exactly make it easy on ordering stuff. I think I ordered a die from them and it took like 6 months for the die to get there. And it was insanely expensive for just a tiny little die. So when I found out Leather Stamp Maker would make stuff for that Tandy printer, I was completely elated. You know, it's not exactly Tandy's fault. They don't have like a good system for making this stuff. They're just trying to be supportive of their own products, but they didn't really have that in place yet. And I'm guessing they'll probably improve that down the road. Or I hope they do. Let's see. Hello from Seattle. What's up, Gary? All right, Instagram. Let's catch back up with you. I'm realizing I think this is probably a mistake. In the future, I'll probably just do one live stream at a time because I don't know. I was picturing like, it doesn't matter how many, we got going on as long as I'm saying the same stuff. But I feel like it's really distracting, moving back and forth between comment sections and cameras. So I'm sorry about this, but this is fun, right? I'm having fun. What kind of edge paint do you use? I like to use Vernice and Uniters from Rocky Mountain Leather Supply. All right, let's fast forward. Where are we here? Hey, Parker, how do you prototype a new pattern? And what about the extra space for credit cards, etc.? No, do both. This is hilarious. Well, I'm glad someone's enjoying it. Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that. The live stream pros right there. Yeah, I feel like I need to take a class from you guys. Teach me how it's done. What was that other question that I forgot about already? Hello, buddy. What's your vision about selling leather products in marketplaces? Marketplaces like physical market, like farmers markets and art shows and stuff. I don't know, man. I've got a lot of feelings about that. I personally don't. I mean, it depends on the show, of course. If it's a really targeted show, I think it could be awesome. I've never felt like we've benefited enough. I think the few times we've done like a tent show kind of thing, like a vendor market, we made like around $1,000, which is a solid day. Don't get me wrong, but the amount of time and work that goes into it was just stressing me out. Like Whit and I did this harvest market down in Provo, Utah at Sundance, and luckily my uncle is the general manager there and hooked us up with a really awesome room stay while we were down there. But if it weren't for that, we probably would be, getting a hotel, the gas to go down there. We had to build the booth, and there was so much work that went into like building up the display and making sure you have your prices displayed correctly. And I think the biggest issue I had with doing a vendor market or a vendor show was the fact that by the time we were done, our products were so like torn and tattered. Not really. That's not true. That's not the right wording. But basically, we had our stuff, half of it was in direct sunlight and got baked just from sitting out in the sun all day on a summer day. And then people walk up and they hold it and they, open it up and whatever. And I just felt like after, we did a weekend. It was like 2 days straight of just like people walking in, grabbing stuff and walking out. And it was stressing me out so bad. And by the time we were done, I didn't feel comfortable shipping out the stuff that we had left over, like putting it in a regular order, because it, had tan lines and, some areas were kind of darker from people touching it and stuff. And so I was like, I don't know if that's worth it. Or if it is, just be very, very particular about what you're bringing and making sure maybe you have a separate stash of goods that you just take to shows. I don't know. This is another thing we got to ask Hemlock and Hyde, because they know how it's done. They did a lot of the vendor markets and in-person shows before COVID hit. Leanne said, I'll tell you how it's done. Just give Nick 2 beers and he won't stop talking. Is that the secret? They're a ton of work. Personally love them though. Oh, I forgot to mention the real benefit of it is the community. I was talking to Tim last night, my local Ogden specialist, and I was just telling him that I don't feel like we have a real strong sense of community in our town here. We just kind of hide away in our little shop, and I don't think most, I for sure know most of Ogden doesn't even know we exist. And that's a bummer. One day I hope we have like some killer retail place in one of the historical buildings down there with this awesome presence where you can walk in and watch things be made and shop the goods and have this total like destination style experience coming into the store. And if that were the case, then we would really be able to tap into the Ogden community. But with I think farmers markets and pop-up shops are probably the best way to do that without a storefront. Oh man, Brandon, dude, thank you so much. All American Maker coming in clutch. Much love to you and the fam. Keep up the great work. I'm a big fan of All American Maker. Brendan, just a super creative, talented dude, and he's always got cool stuff going on. Go follow All American Maker. Thank you so much for that. And Jim, man, I wasn't expecting super chats. This is so cool. You guys are awesome. Jim's a huge supporter of ours. He's been watching the videos for as long as I can remember. It's allowed us to make friends with so many businesses. Oh, dude, that's a great point. Well, that just kind of goes along with the community thing. But we did a show called Adventure Gear Expo in Utah. I think it was in like 2014 or 13. It's a long time ago. But it was so fun because we had my Jeep Willys that me and my dad rebuilt, and the organizers of the event let us bring it as part of the display. So we had like triple the size of a display. We had a Jeep, we had one of my vintage motorcycles, we had all of our leather goods set up, and I don't remember selling a massive amount of stuff, but the people we met there, like it was like a like Utah entrepreneur hub. And we just met the coolest people that we still talk to today. And like, a lot of opportunities opened up from some of those experiences. So yeah, I think just for that reason, it would be a good move. Just know that there's a ton of setup involved. Okay, I really want to just read through your comments, but I've got a few things that I really want to go over for this live update before we wrap up. So, We covered the dyes. Hopefully that answers some questions. This video will exist later on YouTube, on our channel. So that question will hopefully be answered for a lot of people. I just wanted to give one update. If you've been keeping an eye on our products, you probably have noticed that our products have been showing out of stock for so long, and this is this is my own fault coming into play, but I'm not great at editing or changing things on our website. I have zero HTML knowledge, and one of the bottlenecks that we have is something goes out of stock and it shows coming soon, which was something we changed a while ago because we were trying to launch a new product and I didn't want it to say out of stock. I wanted it to say coming soon, and so I ended up changing that to all the out of stock things, and it's just been like that forever. And there's a lot of confusion on our site right now, I think, in general. But the bottom line is that if you're on our website and you see a product that you really want and you've been waiting around for it, just make sure you're signed up to the Notify Me list, because I'm using that list as an indicator of what to make next in production. So it breaks. I have an app on the back end that shows a breakdown of all the products that are getting those signups. And I'm all the ones that have the most signups go right to the top of the list. And whenever we're trying to decide what to make next, we just go straight to that list, and we're just slowly working our way down. So again, if you want something, make sure that you're signing up for it, because that's how we know what's wanted, I guess. But but just thank you for your understanding and patience on our website and our stock right now. I mean, I don't know. I was feeling like we were, very lucky for just, coming out clean with COVID. We were very fortunate that our sales weren't impacted too much, but it kind of came later for us when we realized we weren't capable of producing nearly as many products as we used to. And, I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, one of my older videos, but, we're just really hoping for the best in Connecticut. We hope that Waterbury can get back in business and get working again quick. Because, we have a lot of stuff that needs to be made, and we just hired Josh. We've got Ian on board, and we just hired one more person that I'm really excited about. His name's Michael. I met him in Disneyland, weirdly enough, in when was that? 2018 or maybe early 2019. But we used to do this thing every time we go to Disneyland. I would bring a bunch of wallets with me, and if anyone knew we were there and came and found us, you'd get a free wallet. It was just a fun little thing we did, nothing major. But Michael worked at Disneyland, and so he's got the hookups. It was his day off. He wasn't working in that moment, but he found us in Toontown, got some free wallets, and we got to talk a little bit, and we've been messaging ever since, and we've been trying to make this work. So finally, he's found his way to Utah, and we're gonna make this happen. And the good news is he's gonna be a full-time employee. So that's really what's gonna move the needle for us and get us back in business with our products. I can't wait for that. But there's training time involved. There's just a lot of that, trying to get comfortable and get in the flow of things, and we're still in that with Josh. And Ian's doing a great job. Josh is doing a great job as well, but Ian has very limited hours. Josh has limited hours. I'm really hoping that within the next few months we'll be able to kind of iron out a lot of these kinks and get products back in stock. And I'm hoping that Waterbury will be back cranking stuff out soon as well. So anyway, now that we're over that, thank you for your understanding and patience. If you're one of the people, I have endless DMs of people just saying, where's your whatever? Why do you even have products on your website if they're all going to be out of stock all the time? And it just kills me whenever I see that, because we don't want things to be out of stock. We're trying hard. There's just so many bottlenecks coming into play here. I owe you a review still on the awesome course. Oh, thanks, Brian. I'm so glad. The reviews help a ton. So if you've been part of it, we would really appreciate a review. Our first show, we lost 5 wallets to theft. Oh, Zach, dude, I worry about that too. It'd be so easy for someone to just walk up and slip a wallet into their pocket. I mean, wallets are designed for pockets. It's too easy. Going back through a second time. Right on, Brian. That reminds me, this isn't something I had written down, but if you have enrolled in our Start Selling Your Leatherwork course, on the online course, I just want to let you know we just set up an affiliate program on our website. So if you want to share the course with your own followers and you can get some people to sign up, then you get 10% of the revenue or of the price. Yeah. 10%'s a good chunk. You know, if you got a decent following and get a few leather workers to sign up, it could be a nice little chunk of change for you. So you can find it in the footer of our website. If you go to stockandbarrelco.com, scroll all the way down in the footer it says affiliates. I need to change it to say become an affiliate. That would be better. Yeah, maybe by the time you see this, that's what it'll say. But you can sign up and you get a coupon code for your followers. You also get 10% of any of the courses you sell. So it also applies to any of our products, honestly. I'm just not real stoked about affiliate sales on our physical products because our profit margins are really slim as it is. We have like zero wiggle room in our profit margins. So if you help us sell some wallets, I'd be very grateful, but at the same time, it probably wouldn't do much for us because we just break even. And we don't have many products in stock anyway right now. So the online course, though, we could sell those all day. Never run out of stock. Yeah, Nick and Leanne, I thought of you guys because you have a nice, decent following. If it was something that actually felt valuable to you and that you think could help other leather workers, then please feel free to share it and sign up for the affiliate. It's really easy. You get your own. You just like answer a couple questions, and then you get your own link, and you could just put it up in your stories with a swipe up, and you're good to go. So we'd love that. Let me go through some of these YouTube comments real quick. Could always get Stock and Barrel into Smith & Edwards to start. Yeah, Jim, that's a great idea. We just can't do any retail because we're priced for direct sales only. I'm going to move this over. I can't see it very well. This is a little better. Yeah. But now I'm just going to be doing this the whole time. Sorry. I could just end the Instagram one. Should I? Keep going for a little bit. What was I saying? Yeah, Smith & Edwards is one of my favorite stores of all time, so I would love to have them in there, but we don't have any room in our margins for wholesale. We only sell on our website or directly in person. That's the only way we can make a profit. So, and you know I'm all about profit. We have a bunch of new leatherworking followers that I'm sure would be into it. Sweet. That would be awesome. Kenyon, what's up? All right, let's hit some more comments. Lucked out and got my wife's lady's natural wallet before they went out of stock. Yeah, that was lucky, Jim, because yeah, they went quick. Ian, I've got a list of our production queue over here, and the Ian just signed up for the number 76 natural ladies wallets. We're going to get just a few more. It's like, I think I wrote 5. So, yeah, we'll just get little batches at a time. 5, and then we're going to sell them, and that's that. So, if you ever see something, what I'm going to try and do, though, is just post, like, on Instagram, or send out an email on our newsletter. So, yeah, as soon as we get something in stock. Oh, no. Sorry. The number one thing you should do if you're waiting on a product is sign up for that Notify Me list, because that'll be the first thing I do. As soon as something goes in stock, it automatically sends you an email, and that's going to be the fastest way to make sure you get one before it sells out. But I'm going to try and be pretty active in posting every time we get a little batch of stuff in stock again. So We just got 20 black verticals and number 54 card holders in stock if you've been waiting on black skirting. So I haven't added them to the site, but just be ready. As soon as I get them up, you'll get an email. How many do you run in a production at one time? It totally depends. That's a great question though. Shifting over here. I'm gonna move it again. It's too weird. I don't want you to have a conversation. Oh man. Sorry everyone. Oh, what's going on now? Uh-oh. Well, okay, don't touch it. It's just hanging on by a thread, but anyway, man, well, it depends. So with Waterbury, we were doing batches of like 50 to 100 at a time. And with, just with our very limited resources in this shop, we're trying to just focus on like 5 to 10 at a time. And just to kind of try and spread out the variety of SKUs that we have. We want to, if someone's been waiting desperately for one style or color, we just want to make sure we can get at least a few of each out at a time, as opposed to putting all of our time into making like 100 of one style. So, yeah, I mean, COVID put a pretty big hit on our business, and I didn't see it in the beginning. We're lucky that we've had other things like YouTube revenue, digital patterns that we've sold. The online course was a awesome kind of a saving grace for us. And we haven't had any dips in like traffic or exposure or conversions. It's just been flat out supply. We just don't have enough stuff on hand. So we're fortunate though. I'm just grateful we're still cooking. I mean, I've seen so many people lose jobs and lose their businesses, and I can't even imagine. It'd be crazy. It'd be horrible. Are you selling on Amazon, eBay, etc.? No, we've tried Amazon, and it was a huge failure for us. I don't know if we just didn't know what we were doing. There might be a very specific thing you got to do on Amazon. I don't know. We didn't have it. It's like Etsy. I've tried Etsy multiple times throughout our Leathercraft career. Every now and then I'm like, let's give it another shot. And I like create a profile and we add more products and we wait around and I don't know what it is. I've seen some people move 7 figures through Etsy, and for some reason for us it just wasn't a thing. But I wouldn't discourage you from trying it. I think it's more of like our products or our whatever I was doing just wasn't right for that platform. All right, let me hit some of my other topics I wanted to get to. So I wanted to ask you guys about some video topics. I'm trying to get a little more creative with the videos. I love the challenges. The last video I just posted, somebody recommended making a sheath for a Leatherman using only a Leatherman. And that was a fun one. It's way more exciting to me doing something like that. That's a little bit, gets the gears turning a little more than me just being like, today I'm making this style of wallet and then making one. I don't know. Maybe I'm still going to be pumping those out because there's only so many creative ideas. But I have a few ideas that are coming down the road that I'm really excited about. I emailed Max from Ricardo Shell Cordovan, and I was like, dude, I have an idea. Let's make a bag using all Shell Cordovan. It's going to be the most expensive bag I've ever made for sure. And I've only seen like a couple Shell Cordovan bags out there in the world, but it's difficult because the shells are generally pretty small. So that's what I'm nervous about. He's, sponsoring the video. Ricardo is. They're going to sponsor the video with some shells. He's going to contribute all the leather that it's going to take to do this, and then we'll make the bag. And it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. But stuff like that, I think, is going to be, things that really kind of project our channel forward and make it fun. But if you've got any ideas like that, I would love to hear it. Because you guys are the ones with the good ideas. Etsy doesn't work for us either. That's good to hear, because I was starting to feel like a real failure. That will be so expensive. Yeah, it will. I was adding it up. I think it's going to be like $700 or $800 worth of leather to make one bag. That's just how much the leather costs. That's not how much, like, you know, the time that goes into it. And I've thought about it. I got to check with Max and, like, make sure everyone's on board with this. But I'd like to... I have a couple thoughts. I either want to just give the bag away, or I might do, like, an auction for it. And then all of the proceeds will go towards sponsoring one of you in your business. So, like, let's say the bag sells for $1,000. And then I would pick someone. This is what I'm confused about. I'm not sure how to pick someone, but somehow I want to give it back. I think that would be really fun. Someone who's, you know, struggling and needs some extra cash to get their business going, or whatever. We want to help you out, and I'm trying to think of ways to make it happen. So stay tuned. I think it's going to be fun. But let me hear your ideas. Whit said, "Are you ignoring me?" No, I'm not. I'm missing so many comments. Where are you? I don't see any comments from you. Where are you? Yeah, I don't see any. Are you lying to me? Oh, are you doing it in YouTube? This is too much. My brain's literally about to explode. Oh, where'd you guys go? Where are you guys going? I don't know why the thing's just spinning. Oh, man. All right, here's the thing. I got to end it on YouTube. Sorry. Oh, my gosh. I almost forgot I was still live. I just ended it on Instagram is what I meant. So I can keep going on YouTube. So let's hit these comments. Let's keep this rolling. I should have been like, you want to keep going, head over YouTube. But then my phone fell flat on its face and I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so that was one of the main things I wanted to get out, was send me your ideas of fun videos we could do. I want you guys involved. Benjamin says, will you be doing some more quick draw holster videos? I've watched all the previous ones several times and would like to see more. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked, because I would love to. There's some of my favorite things to make, but I've been unsure of how valuable it is. You know, I don't really know where. For the most part, I feel like the majority of the community here that we're all involved in likes wallets and bags the most, and belts, and like those standard things that everyone kind of gets into. And the holsters and the gun belts are kind of in their own little world. But I enjoy making them, and one thing I've been mostly concerned about is the getting flagged. Because if you have a gun in the video, then it risks getting demonetized. So I would probably just have to keep like the gun molds in it and not even involve real guns. But it's crazy because in the YouTube's monetization thing, it says that if it shows any firearms or firearm accessories, then it can be demonetized. And that's, I think that the criteria is that you have to be in like a controlled safe area, like a gun range or something, and then you're okay, I think. I don't know. I've been lucky though, because our two most viral videos were the two holster ones that we've done. And so it's hard for me to, you know, I'm looking at that, I'm going, well, if those were the two most popular videos, maybe that's what I should be making. But I don't know. I made a third one though, and it flopped. Yeah, I made a third one using like chestnut ALD holster strap leather, and it's kind of closest to like how we make them now and how we sell them. And I was picturing it doing the same as those other two, and it didn't do that well. So maybe that's kind of why I got off the holster train, or at least for videos. I'm still very much on the train. It's telling me the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended. We recommend you use a streaming something. All right, well, we're going to have to figure all that out for future ones because I'm not changing anything. I would still like to see a video on the veg tan journey. Oh, yeah. I've heard a couple of those. Yeah, I'll get on that, Jim. It's just that that wallet's not being used, and I don't even like have it sitting in the sun or anything. So I don't know. I don't even know where that wallet is actually. for context, I did a video a long time ago about the journey of a veg tan leather wallet. So I showed it when it was new, and then I did another video like months later, and then another one months later. I think I did 3, and he's asking for part 4. I'm thinking about starting another one. I want like a real use case. Like I want a wallet that actually gets used over and over. I think if I did it on a number 68 Western vertical, that's the style I like to carry the most. So maybe I'll do a natural one of those and then, document the progression of it. Because again, that wallet just wasn't getting used, so I think it kind of killed the experiment. DT Leather, what's up? Parker, what's up, man? Been watching for a long time. Got the courage and understanding to start my own leather co. Watching from you. That's cool. Right on. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm being patient. Number 55 is eventually going to be there. It is, man. I'm so sorry. We're working on it. I've got 3 guys that I'm training right now. Well, Ian's past training. He just has very limited hours. But, Josh and Michael's going to be here soon, and we're going to be making stuff as fast as we possibly can. I make my own steel rule dies since the 80s. Oh, that's cool, man. That's admirable, because that doesn't seem easy. Every time I look at them, I'm like, how do you bend the steel with so much accuracy? That's what's confusing to me. You got some pretty sharp corners on some of my patterns. You should do a challenge with other leather crafters that you've given a shout out to. That would be fun, man. I would love that. I've been trying to think of things that we can do together, just in the community as a whole. Ryan Savvy from Little King Goods and I are going to be doing one together soon. I drew up the wallet for it. We're going to be doing something together, so that'll be fun. But challenge, I like that idea. Like a design challenge, like everyone has to use the same amount of leather, the same type of leather, and see what you can make from it, or something like that. I think that'd be cool. Could you recommend a skiving machine? Dude, I've gotten that question a few times, and I don't have like any one specific machine that I would probably recommend. They all seem to do the same thing and do a pretty good job. Mine's a Consew. I know Texo makes one. I know Cobra has one. I would just maybe get one of those, or just look for a used one. Make a backpack mounted rifle or shotgun sheath. Oh, that'd be crazy. With your dies, do you include the stitch holes or just the outline? No, because I stitch on a machine, so it wouldn't be helpful to have the holes. But if you only did hand stitched stuff, I could see that being beneficial, as long as those stitch holes were super accurate. Because they'd have to match up. But that could be cool. It would be expensive though. Every time you add something. Like this has some pins in it. I forgot to mention that earlier, but you can order your dies to have some pins. For this 1 inch, I get 15/16 pins, which means that the pins are just offset from the blade a little, so that when it gets pressed into the leather, it doesn't cut through it. It just marks the leather a little bit, and you get these little dots right where you need to mark, like, oh, here's a start and stop point for a stitch or something. So it's really helpful in some cases. Takes away a lot of time. Like on some of our wallets, I used to make little tick marks in certain areas, and I'd have to measure it out each time or use a template. But with these, it just automatically just gets put right in there. So the pins are helpful. Why did I talk about that? Why did that come up? I don't remember. I worked in aerospace. That's when my first dies were for metals. Oh, cool. I should have brought some water over here. I'm drying up, folks. Trifold wallet? Yeah, I've never made a trifold. I always just imagine... Oh, well, I guess I have. My trucker wallet's a trifold. So is the women's wallet. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that down the road. Let me hit some other topics before we end this. One thing is I wanted to know how many military veterans are here. If you are a vet, leave a comment. Even if it's not in the live chat, this video is going to be going up on our channel for later. So you might be watching this 6 months from now, and I still want to know how many military vets we have on this channel, because I've just been thinking of some cool things that we can do for you and show our appreciation. And I just want to know, I mean, I want to know how big of our audience are vets, because I get the sense that there's more than normal. I mean, in terms of like other businesses, I guess. But I've had quite a few vets reach out saying, I suffer from PTSD and leather is very therapeutic for me and I use it for that. It'd be great if I could also start selling some of my work to kind of support this hobby. So I really want to think of ways we can support you. If that's you, let me know. Yeah, one of my... anyway. Josiah says, hey Parker, we just picked up our first sewing machine. Got a lot to learn on it now. Right on! Dude, that's so cool. Congrats. I just remember the feeling of like the first one I bought, it was just, there was like a fire lit up inside of me. All of a sudden I realized, I'm like, think how much you can do with this. Like the bags, I mean, I used to make bags differently. I would try and think of ways I could do it where it was very limited stitching. And, it's like when you have a machine, so much more is possible. I mean, it's fun, man. I remember having that like fire lit up in me when I got a machine. So keep practicing. I'm excited for you, man. That'll be fun. Bud Smith is a vet. Right on. U.S. Army. Good, man. Thank you for commenting, and I appreciate your service. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you out. I'd like to make a video showing how to do an arrowhead basket weave pattern. I'd like to make a video. Yeah, I'd love to watch that. Put that up, man. I wish a lot more Leathercrafters were posting. There's so much talent out there, and you can learn from every single... I mean, there's been a lot of Leathercrafters popping up on YouTube even more lately. A lot of people that I've been hoping. Like Odin. Yes! He's on there now. Tanner Claridge. And a lot more. I can't think of who right now. I'm hoping Nick and Leanne will start posting. Oh, they are. They've been posting some stuff asking for topics too. So, yeah, they'll be on there. But anyway, every time I watch another Leathercrafter, I just learn a ton. Even just in like the little nuances of how you do things or how you store tools or whatever. That kind of stuff I just eat up with a spoon, man. It's so much fun to learn from people. And the more the Leathercraft community grows, let's just say, Odin's channel suddenly booms to like 50 million subscribers or something. Yeah, there might be a little part of me that's like, dang, why did he do so good? but the bigger part of me would be like, just ecstatic because what that does for the community. That's going to get more people into the craft, more people thinking about how can I make my own stuff rather than just buying cheap garbage. So in general, it would be really exciting for me to see hundreds of Leathercrafters popping up on YouTube and showing how they make stuff and showing their process. So I don't know, if anything comes out of this live stream, it'd be cool if even just one more person decided to jump on YouTube and make some videos. It'd be cool. Let's do it. I know you're super swamped right now, but someday it'd be cool if you were doing the same idea as Odin and Don G. Well, I'm guessing you're talking about the shop updates, and Josiah, that's kind of what this was. I appreciate that comment, because I used to do these live streams a lot. It used to be a pretty frequent thing for me, and I stopped. I don't know why. But I want to keep doing it again, and I think I'll just take that similar kind of format, just like a weekly update of what's going on in our business and, the kind of stuff that we're thinking about, the stuff we're working on and changing and all that kind of stuff. Updates, it's super valuable. So I know these videos aren't going to be bangers. These aren't like going viral or anything, but I think for the sake of the community and just the fun of doing this, I think it'd be really valuable. So I'm guessing what you're suggesting, Josiah, is that maybe this happens like on a weekly basis, and I agree with you 100%. I think I'd like to do that. I'm going to probably not try and do both platforms at the same time again, because that was stressing me out. All right, let's see some of these other comments. Mike Litchfield, I know that guy. I ended up with your most famous holster build. Love it. Have the new holsters. That's so true, Pop. Yeah, it's so weird how that happens, you know? Like, I didn't start making that video thinking, oh, this is going to be a viral video. In fact, I thought quite the opposite. That's right when we had partnered with Tandy, and I was trying to think, how can I make something that's going to be really valuable for them? But at the same time, you know, my dad had just bought me as a gift that a Cimarron Pistolero 45 Colt, and I was like, and he got one too. I was like, we got to have some rigs for this. I didn't know when I was going to fit it in, so I was like, well, maybe if I do it as a video, it kind of fits in. I was like, it might not be a big banger, you know, it might not go viral, but, you know, it'll give me a chance to make these and, you know, have some fun on YouTube. And turns out it just went bananas. I remember I uploaded it when we were in St. George on a little family vacation, and I didn't have any internet at the condo we were staying at, so I went to McDonald's to upload it, and it took me like 2.5 or 3 hours. I sat in one of the little booths at McDonald's while this thing uploaded, because obviously their upload speed is... But, yeah, I just remember thinking, like, is this even worth it? Why am I even uploading this video? I'm, like, sick of being at McDonald's, and I had way too many fries. And, anyway, we were driving home, and I think Whit said it. Yeah, she's like, your video is, like, kicking up. And I'm like, oh, really? And it wasn't huge. It didn't really kick in until about a month later. All of a sudden, it just went, poof, just skyrocketed. Went through the roof, and we haven't had another video do that since, but that was really fun, and it helped me kind of catch that YouTube bug. But yeah, Pop, it was your holster that did it, so thank you. I'm about $1,000 into Leathercraft with tools and leather. So far, all I've made is 2 watch bands and 2 wallets. Really loving the process. Can't wait to make more. Right on, man. That's so cool. Yeah, keep it up. You're on your way, man. That's huge. I need to post my stuff. Problem is camera, work, and time, of course. Yeah, time I'll give you. But camera work doesn't need to be fancy. Like, I just have it. I mean, this could just as easily be my phone. This is a little point-and-shoot Sony camera, but it could easily just be my phone sitting up here filming, and that's all you need. That's all you need. You can always improve and get more creative with edits and everything down the road, but as long as you got a camera rolling, you could be bringing value to somebody out there, you know? All right, what's up, Parker? I hope you're doing well. J&J Leather Goods would love to meet you and the fam and discuss some leather working now that we live in Utah. Cool, man. You live in Utah. Where at? Jack. I don't know if I can pronounce that last name, but that's cool news, man. I'm glad you're here. I always love hearing about the leather workers that are here in Utah, because sometimes it feels like everyone's everywhere else. You know, I'm always like, sometimes I feel like it gets lonely here in this shop. Not really. Not anymore, at least. We've got 3 people sharing this place now. But, yeah, I met Ian. I was really excited when I met him working at Lowe's. And he's like, hey, man, I follow you, and I do leather work as well. And he just happens to be, like, an incredible leather crafter, like, so much skill and talent. And that was fun for me to know that, like, right down the street, we've got another, you know, person exists in this world, this weird niche world that we're in. So I'm always excited to hear about other local people. Did you ever think about making tooled bags, or do you think simple stuff sells better? Oh, man, I don't know. Tooling is like really hit or miss. People either love it or they hate it. And when I first started Leathercraft, I was like, you'll never see me get into tooling. And I went through a phase where I got really addicted to it, and I started loving it. There's a few things, like especially in the gun leather world, some tooled stamping and stuff like that just looks. But as far as bags go, I don't know. Maybe if it was like a special like YouTube project, I probably would. But I wouldn't do it for production, because I can't even imagine how much you'd have to sell it for to justify sitting down and stamping or tooling for hours at a time on one little piece. You know, I don't know. The custom side of things really turns me off. I love the idea of recreating something over and over, even in small batches, but making 10 or 20 of something and then selling through them. That's a much better deal for us. But I just realized my Sony camera here is about to die, so I'm gonna wrap this up. It's been almost an hour now, so it's been an awesome live stream. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. And next time I'll try and be a little bit more engaged in the comments because I was way too distracted with the Instagram one going at the same time. But this is fun, and I'm gonna pick a day to start doing this once a week, and we'll probably even, well, anyway, I'll get into that later. That might be for the next update. But yeah, I'm gonna pick a day once a week to do this, and we'll just do some updates. It'll be fun. Thanks for jumping in. Subscribe if you haven't. I guess that's what people say on YouTube, right? And that's it. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a good weekend coming up tomorrow.